Here we have another one. We want to make R the subject. And we have some denominators there we need to get rid of. So we're going to multiply each term. We want to times each term by the denominator, which is R, right? So we're going to times each term by R. So R times this term. And by the way, we treat the P over R and V as two separate terms. Because, alright, R times V and R times Q over R. We treat these as two separate terms also, because they're separate. And R times M. So R times everybody. Alright. And here's the very reason why we did that. R into itself is 1, R into itself. Alright, so we end up with just P here. And R times V is RV. And R times Q over R, so R into itself is 1, R into that is 1, so we have just 1Q, which is just Q, plus, and R times M, that's RM, RMR. Now note what we have now. We have R in two separate terms. And when that's the case, we need to group all the R in one place. So we have RV, RVR. And then we group with this MR. It becomes minus MR. Over here we have Q, so we bring forward Q. We group with this P, it's minus P. Alright, so we have R in both terms, so we factor out the R. So factor R from this term, we're left with V. And factor R from this term, we're left with minus M. Equal Q minus P. And now, we want R by itself. So we need to get rid of the V minus M. So we divide both sides by V minus M. Both sides by V minus M. And V minus M divided into that to give us 1. So hence, we have R as a subject now. And what is R? R is equal to Q minus P over V minus M. That's it. So in this problem we are asked to make H the subject. But here this problem has a square root that we need to get rid of. And how do we get rid of a square root? Okay, so square both sides. Square both sides of the equation. So square y, we get y squared. And square the square root, it is no more. So we have 2h over 7. And remember now we are trying to get the h by itself. So we need to get rid of this denominator. So we times both sides by 7. Times both sides by 7. So 7 times y squared, that's 7y squared. And then 7 into 7, 7 into itself is 1, right? So we are left with 2h. Remember we are transposing for h. So we need to get rid of this 2. So we can divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. So what we have here now is on the left hand side 7y squared over 2. And on the right hand side 2 into 2 is 1, so it's just 1h. And there you have it. Problem solved.